that, but you know what I really like, Miss Listen? He makes it's funny how he says that he carved his own way, and I believe in that because he you made a lot of Jesus pieces a certain way, or the angels.
I did the Jesus pieces, the angels. We changed the game with the Jesus piece. So like me and this, I don't know if anybody heard of this artist called Naturel.
Okay, of course.
You know him?
I love his work.
So,
it's like them
and he does stuff
it's
with
all
Jay
abstract.
Yes,
so check it. So me and him came together and we were like, yo, let's do something epic. Everybody made all these cool Jesus pieces and all that stuff. Let's get together and make something dope. We ended up making the most simplest Jesus piece that changed the fucking game. And that put me on the map.
I think that's why I started following him.
That put me on the map.
That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of it, and I look at it and I say to myself, nah, man, I gotta buy Similac and fucking diapers and fucking Sweet 16s. But you know what? Like, I really appreciate the creativity because keep in mind too, the people that you work for, your family.
Right.
I'm sure they look at you like, especially being Russian and being Jewish, right? I'm sure they look at you like, fuck this guy, think he's a celebrity. You know? No, honestly, because what I'm saying is you created things.
Listen, I went from being a salesman to giving my boss a job. You understand what I did? I created something where my boss was like, yo, I want to get in. And I was like, you know what? You can get in. I'm going to give you half. This is what needs to go down. So I made my boss my partner.
You built a brand.
I built a brand. While we were sitting there making jewelry and doing all this dumb shit, he didn't see my vision. And you can't explain somebody that's old school or has an old school mentality
My
a vision.
God, can you preach? You preach it to the choir.
You cannot. It's impossible.
But you can show them.
I'm telling my uncle, I'm like, yo, Unc, like I can do this. He's like, shut the fuck up. You don't know shit. You're a dumb kid that doesn't know anything. You spend your money on sneakers.
Let me get that voice down better. Shut the fuck up. You don't know shit.
Exactly. So like it's very difficult to break an old mentality. So the only way to do that is with action. I'm sitting there taking pictures in the street, and he's like, "What the fuck is this for?"
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. That's another thing.
That's what it's for.
But no, I like that you gave. It's funny because even like when Mikey Likes It, when I had him up here, and I consider him a good friend of mine. I like how with 2016, young entrepreneurs, what they're doing is changing the game. Nobody ever thought to think that you would put a Mr. and your logo on back of a chain. What's that chain that people buy? It's like 50 grand. It's like, what's it called? It's a Kiwo? What is it?
It's this style, but they come big. Do you know why I started that, Mr. Stuff? I was new. I'm not a jeweler. I was new to the game. I ended up working as a salesman.
Right.
I came to the hood, and everybody that was in there was all the same shit. Everybody copied off Jacob. Everybody wanted to make watches. Jacob made a watch at the right time. He was in the right place at the right time. He made Jacob & Co. Everybody's now Raffaello & Co. Blah 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 and Co.
People just follow behind.
So they're following this dude. I'm not gonna come into the jewelry game and be like, hey, let me be Greg & Co. and make a watch. It's not gonna work. The dude was there at the right place, right time. That's it. It's simple. And I got there fresh. I'm not a jeweler. I'm from Queens. Regular fly kid. I like to get money and
most definitely.
So I started making things that I liked for myself. And I started making things, and then now a week later, the stuff that I make is down the block and it's being sold for half of what I'm selling it for because it's already watered down.
Yeah.
And this is why I had a problem with all these New York jewelers because it's like I'm making all this fresh fly shit and you guys are selling it to clients you already have. I had no clientele. I had no fan base.
How cutthroat is the jewelry
It's
business?
super cutthroat. You get sharks. It's all sharks.
Well, knowing that you became cool with Floyd Mayweather, how people don't try to get him while he comes on the block. They don't try
do anything to get his business.
Yeah.
And to me, it's cheesy. It's like it's like so. This is where I come in with I'm watching all these jewelers give celebrities free things just so they could fuck with them. And to me, it's like breaking the code. It's like why am I It's like being in school, right? It's like giving somebody your milk or your lunch.
Chocolate milk, yeah. Buttercrunch
just so
cookies.
they could be your friend.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it like, yo, fuck you guys. I'm gonna make my shit, and you want it, you buy it.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah, our photographer.
Come buy this. Yeah, here, I'll give this to you for free if you post this on Instagram.
Well, how do you counteract them bootlegging your stuff then?
That's where the Mr. came in. That's where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start stamping my shit. I'm gonna come up with my own
Which to your
brand.
family, they had to think that you were crazy.
They thought I was bugging.
Because they're like, who the fuck?
They thought I was bugging.
Because honestly, the old school think like, who the fuck do you think you are?
I spent my last $4,500 on hats.
Yeah.
Just saying Mr. Flawless?
They just said Mr. on it. They had
Mr.
Just a Mr. on it.
Yeah, the logo.
They were looking at me. They were like, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your money on material?
Yeah.
Why don't you buy gold? I was like, give me a second. Give me a second.
I like that. It goes to show you, even like I said again.
And I didn't even know if it was gonna work. I was praying to God it was gonna work. Cause I saw it. I was like, you know what? I'm watching Kith. Everybody knows Kith?
Yeah, Ronnie Fag.
I'm watching, this is a kid I grew up with. I'm watching him blow up.
Yeah. It's funny. I watch his grind.
And I'm watching. I'm not like, I'm watching this go down, and I'm like, you know what? If they could do it, and I'm watching how he's doing it. It's not like I came up with my own. You know, I'm watching how he's moving, and I took a little bit from here, from there, from there, from there. I put it together, and I put it out, and it worked.
Yeah.
But I was consistent, and I believed.
Yeah. So even speaking about somebody like Floyd Mayweather, and you know, he comes into the store, and you speak about how you were, you know, a little nervous.
Dude, I was starstruck when I saw Floyd.
How did that relationship
literally 3
build?
weeks before he came in, I just remember ordering a pay-per-view fight at my house.
Yeah.
I invited all my friends over. And he comes in. I'm like, oh shit! And this is the first time I'm working in my store for a month. So this is the first time he comes in and they leave me in my booth alone.
Yeah, sure.
Like, these motherfuckers
Without
never
trying to help
trusted me ever. The day they leave me alone, he comes in.